Alright, so we get to review Dragon Ball FighterZ today. Oh man, this is like a game that I have been looking forward to this whole time, like just ever since it was announced. Man, this game it looks so amazing. It's like, it actually looks like the feeling you get back when you watched Dragon Ball Z TV series way back when. So, first things first, this game is developed by Arc System Works, which some of you may already know about them. They were the ones who pioneered the, the Guilty Gear X games, and those were great fighting games, had a very fluid animation, and all of that stuff, so I was so happy to hear that they were the ones that were going to be developing this game, which is Dragon Ball FighterZ. And this type of game goes back to the 2D type of fighting style, which is like the 2.5D. It uses the 3D models, but then it also plays like a 2D game. That's been the trend with like the later fighting games recently, where a lot of them are like just moving towards the 3D models, but then still keeping the gameplay in like 2D form. So it's like, you know, I'm sure all of you guys already know this is called 2.5D. But yeah, let's get this quick review started. So the first things first is that the graphics are amazing. So the graphics, like they're cel shaded, or I think they're cel shaded. It looks just like the anime. Like you get to see in the gameplay video here, you can barely tell that it's actually part of a game. The only reason that you can really tell is because there's those life bars, there's the super meters and all of that. But like, take a look at the cutscenes. They're not really cutscenes, but when you're fighting and the camera angle changes, it doesn't even look like it's, you know, part of a fighting game. You wouldn't even expect that. Like for me, it just feels like I'm actually playing an anime, which is amazing. And it's something that I haven't really been able to feel that way before in a very long time with all these anime type games. I think the last one I felt that way was I forgot the name of that other game where it's all the Sheldon Jump characters, and it's like just a battle royale between like all the different franchises of characters. It just made everything seem so epic. And I think my friend was comparing this with how the Naruto game looks like, the later like Shippuden games. But yeah, so the graphics here, they look so crazy. It looks, I mean, I can't really, you know, just look at the video yourself right now. Like, it's so much stuff happening on screen. It's so chaotic, but it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. Alright, so let's move on to the gameplay. The gameplay, they kept it really simple because I think they're expecting that this game's going to be played by a lot of like newcomers to the series, not necessarily fighting game all-stars or, you know, people that are pros in fighting games. So they kept the attacks only to like 4 buttons. It was like this attack, it's a light attack, medium attack, heavy attack, and then a special attack button that's mapped to like any kind of like, you know, beams or projectile stuff. And I mean, so the gameplay is really fun, but I think it's a little too crazy. So the gameplay is a 3v3 fighting game, but the way that you control the characters, they almost go too fluidly, where when you are pressing the buttons, they kind of, let me see how to explain this. They feel like they're floating. So when you do your moves, it looks like it almost feels like you barely press a button, and then they do this insane combo. So it's really great because on one hand, it's really great because it's so easy to make this epic fight happen. On the other hand, it's a little crazy and difficult to navigate what's on screen because so many things are happening and it's all chaotic. So it's sometimes like, oh, what did I do to cause this whole thing to happen? Or, oh no, like how can I block this? I don't know what I'm doing. But other than that, like, this is one of those games where initially it can be super overwhelming, but I think over time, if you play it long enough, you will get the hang of it. It almost feels like, it's reminiscent of how Marvel vs. Capcom 2, when it first came out, how chaotic that was compared to the first Marvel vs. Capcom. In the online mode, it's pretty cool. There's this lobby section where you can walk around and just look up for ranked matches or go to the practice mode, things like that. Online doesn't really hang up a lot, so it's really good. The netcode's pretty good. And in terms of single player, I think the story they made was okay. They put in some good effort, but it still kind of felt like it dragged on too long, and it didn't really like keep you engrossed in the story. but I mean, this is Dragon Ball Z. You're here for the fighting, not really the story. So yeah, there's that too. So yeah, so this is just a really quick review, quick overview of the entire game, and that's really all I can say right now, because I haven't put a lot of time in it yet, but I plan to. So of the times that I already put in the game, I really enjoy this game. Even though it's chaotic, even though it's insane, even though it's sometimes hard to see what's going on, it's still the best Dragon Ball Z fighting game that I have played so far. And I've played almost all of them. I've played the SNES Japanese ones, the Super Butoden 1, 2, 3. I've played Dragon Ball Hyper Dimension. I played all the Budokai series and the Budokai Tenkaichi. You know, and I played Xenoverse Saga. All of that. I still think this is the best one. I may be a little biased because I like 2D fighters, but I mean, this really captures that feel, that intensity of a Dragon Ball Z fight. All that nostalgia that I have from watching Dragon Ball Z when I was a kid, and all that, you know, build up to that entire like crazy fight, and this game just nails all of that. So I highly suggest this game to everyone. Even if you're not a fighter fan, if you like Dragon Ball Z, not like a super fan, but you just like Dragon Ball Z, try it out. Like, just give this a chance. It is a really, really, really great game. So my overall score for this one is 9 out of 10. So if you like this video and other reviews, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. Let us know what you want us to review next, and I'll take a look into playing that game with my co-host from my podcast, and we will review it. Alright, so no time for video games, signing off.